there's two different kinds of live streaming you can think about. Number one is live streaming like I'm doing for you here, where you're delivering some information, you're talking to people on a social network or two. Anyway, so I'm here, and I actually am going to talk to you about my setup, but I'm also going to talk to you about how you can do it easily, quickly, for for free, basically, and still have a fairly good quality. So we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about a little bit about the home office, talking to other people, like meetings and clients and things like that. So I'm going to start with that one because I think that one is like the most immediate pressing need right now. You guys can tell me where you're at. I'd love to hear any comments from you or where you're going. I'm actually looking over here because I found out that if you're watching I'm multi-streaming this. First of all, let's just talk about that. I've set this up to stream to 3 different places, actually 4. So it's streaming to Facebook, it's streaming to Periscope, which goes on to Twitter, it's streaming to YouTube directly, and then I just put a thumbnail later and optimize it. And it's also streaming to LinkedIn. Did I say that right? LinkedIn? No, yeah, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. So those are the 4 places this is streaming. I can stream it to 5 different places. It will also let me stream this tool that I'm using now, which is called StreamYard, will let me just stream to up to 5 different locations, which is pretty awesome. And I love that part of it. The other thing that it has an integrated inbox. So on the right side of my screen here, I can click on comments and I can see what you guys are saying in all the different networks, except for LinkedIn. I found that out yesterday. So LinkedIn is not bringing the comments back to me. So I open LinkedIn over here, and I am going to do that real quick so I can see you. So you know what I'm doing here. I'm going to say view profile. So I have another computer set up to the side of me. Now, what's great about StreamYard, which is what I use, is that I can also bring in guests, like many of the other tools as well. And I'll talk to you about the other tools as well. But I can bring in guests and have them in the green room. So I have a guest in my green room today. It's myself. So let me give you a real quick look at how that works. I send the link to a guest from StreamYard. That's the way they work. And the guest clicks on that link. They show up in my stream. Well, what's really great about it, and actually now it's not showing, is I can actually send that to my phone, and I can have like multiple angles on my camera. So I could do that. I'm not gonna. I've turned off the audio on the other one, and you can see the difference in the quality of the cameras. So mine is a Galaxy S10 Plus. It's a pretty good quality. You can see the difference in the colors. Like I think the colors on the camera are better. This one over here. Hi. Better colors. And over here, the colors are a little bit greener, a little bit, more closed in, I guess. So I can do this multi-streaming thing, which is cool. So this is my home office, guys. Yep, it is messy. Yep. So that's the whole office right there. So you can kind of see how that looks. So that's kind of fun. So you can do that. Now let me take that out so it's not distracting. Anyway, so this tool I really, really love. And I will tell you that I've done an entire podcast episode on it with Madeline Sklar, who's my co-host on Communities That Convert, because I also have a podcast. And I'm going to share that link with you here in the comments. Hopefully you'll see it. And I think in LinkedIn, I don't know if you'll see this or not, to be honest. I'll see if it tells me. Yeah, this is not actually connecting with LinkedIn on the comments. But what I will tell you is that if you go to communitiesthatconvert.com, go all the way to the bottom of the page and just put the words in live space stream, and it'll pull up a bunch of articles that I'm going to be talking about and podcasts about how to live stream. So everything I'm going to talk about today, I've gone into like even more detail in my podcast. We have multiple episodes about this, including all of that. Oh, Social Amplified. Hi, Anne. How are you doing? So anyway, that's what we have. So StreamYard's awesome, isn't it, Anne? She also uses it as well. So I love StreamYard for that purpose. You can also use StreamYard really weirdly, or not weirdly, but greatly, I guess, without going live like this from the back end. So you can have up to 6 people in StreamYard. By the way, it's a free tool. If you live stream, it's going to put their branding on it for you if you use the free part. So you see that I have a little branding up here in the corner. So in the top, I'm terrible at this. Yeah, in the top, right, I have a little brand up in the corner. So it'll let you put your own branding in if you pay for the tool. Otherwise, it will put their branding in, and I'll show you what that looks like too.
StreamYard brand, my brand. So I actually made a little, actually I didn't. Katie on my team made this Tips from the Home Office logo. So hopefully you guys like that. Anyway, that's how you use StreamYard. So that being said, that's the tool I'm using for this particular setup. Also, there's a number of things that I'm doing that not, maybe everyone needs to do, but I'm going to show you a couple of things. I'm going to actually turn my home office back on again. Hold on a second. Let me do that. Okay, so I'm going to actually show you, without hopefully making you too dizzy, my lighting setup. So I have these really cool flat panel lights. I paid about $140 for these two lights right here. And of course, I use them for social media breakfast as well, which is a live event that usually we have that is not going to be live for a while, obviously. So I use lighting, and I also use this microphone, which is a lavalier microphone that I bought from Amazon. It's very inexpensive. I'm trying to remember what it was, but like very cheap, like 20 bucks or something. And it's called the U-Mic. It's like YouTube U-Mic. And I have all of those things on in a storefront kind of list that I've put together because people kept asking me about it all the time. I'm going to share that list with you here. I have two things there. One is books to read that I like, the business books that I've been reading. And then the other one is really all about my live stream equipment. So every time I buy something, I just add it to this list. So let me go ahead and put that here. And yes, I know you love StreamYard and saying, okay, so here is like the list of all my streaming equipment. So you can go look. There's the cheap stuff, the more expensive stuff. I also have a podcasting mic, which is an ATR, and I have this over here. And sometimes I use that for this, but lately otherwise I have to have the mic kind of close, so I don't want that mic in the frame. So I've kind of gone to the lavalier. I think the ATR is slightly better as far as the sound quality. So, I mean, you have to make that decision. But having a good mic is important. Now, if you don't have a good mic, it's okay. If you don't have the money for one, I think the ATR is like less than $100, by the way. So it's a really great podcast mic if you're going to do a podcast. And it plugs right into your computer with USB. So pretty good. But I've been doing, and if you listen to Communities That Convert, you'll see I use that mic. So you can listen to the sound quality of Communities That Convert. And Madeline has a much more expensive mic than I do, like a much more expensive mic. So you can kind of hear the differences between our two sounds when you listen to the episodes. So that's, really important. So what I guess I'm going to say is there's a couple of things that you probably need to make sure you have if you're going to be live streaming. And that really is a camera that's decent. And again, the one I'm talking to you in right now, it's directly into my computer. I've got a yoga computer. It's a PC. I know you Mac people are going to be mad at me, but I've got a PC and it is, I like it. I love it a lot and it's decent, but you need a video camera. You can use your phone. Like I said, you have that here. You can have, some audio that's decent. Okay, so that means something like this lavalier or the mic, or even like earbuds, but not the cordless ones, not like the ones that you wear in your ear, the Bluetooth ones from Apple. I mean, they're okay, but it would be better if you had a corded one. And I know that's hard with your phone. So if that's all you have, then use those two. But having something that's like closer to your mouth, not just ambient noise, because your phone mic is what they call omnidirectional. It picks up a sound from all around it. So the problem with that is that if there's any background noise, like buzzing of the computer or the air conditioning unit going off or heater going off or whatever, that's going to pick that up and it's going to kind of muddle the sound a little bit. It can also sound very echoey. I don't know if you've ever been on a conference call on video, and that's how that goes. And by the way, even in conference calls, that's what you want to make sure you have is something so that you are not doing a feedback loop. So the reason why that happens is because you talk and then people talk to you and then your computer picks up the sound that the people are talking to you and it goes back again. So that's why that feedback loop happens. That's why it happens. It goes through that. Now, a lot of computers are good at suppressing that these days because they know that people are talking into these video. But I'm just saying that's why it's always good to have like some kind of earbud in your ear when you're talking on a conference call. because it can cause a lot of like echo and really confusing things. So I have a list of the tech that you can use. Again, I highly recommend StreamYard. That's just the one that I use and I love. But I also have Zoom, and I have a free Zoom account like almost everybody else in the world right now. Everybody's jumping out of Zoom, and Zoom's working really hard to keep their their network reliable. So I also use another one called BlueJeans, and I do use that the most, I think, for a lot of our trainings, our back-end trainings. So we do a lot of trainings with Smart Social Secrets, and we just have a Smart Social Secrets for agencies too, which we teach people how to put together their social media presence, and help them put together entire strategy that's bespoke, including all of their content and figuring that out, because we do that for brands. So we take that and teach others. So we use BlueJeans.tv to do that. And the reason I picked BlueJeans over, say, Zoom, they're similar in many, many ways, but they are. If you want to go live with BlueJeans onto a Facebook page, you can do that. So they have that ability just for Facebook though. So it's very limited. So I had a use case, which was social media breakfast. And that's when I got BlueJeans, because I wanted to make sure that I could get out to the public around that. So that being said, what I did was I use that now. And see, what's nice about the BlueJeans is that it has a call-in number. It's a regular call-in. So if people don't want to get on video, they can just dial a number and come in. I can have up to 25 people in the back end of that. And that's great, because then we can have bigger groups together. And they just added something which is the same that Zoom has, which is breakout rooms. So you can break people out into breakout rooms and have conversations and then come back together. I haven't used that as much. I'm working on that right now. I tried it the other day and my computer froze. I'm going to be honest. It may be because of the situation that we're in right now. Everybody online, everybody doing stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna get in touch with them today, because I'm thinking about converting social media breakfast to using that format. But you can also live stream. That's the best part, and you don't have to pay another extra $40 a month. I know you can live stream with Zoom, but 40. Oh, thank you. Anne says the sounds good with the lav mic. So good. Yeah, it's real cheap. Like I said, you can click on that link and go and check out what I'm talking about. I have a Rode mic right next to it, 2 lav mics. That's like $90, and this one's like 25, 26. I don't know, something like that. So I went with the $26 one, and it seems to work well. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, I remember. So the difference between Zoom and BlueJeans. So with Zoom, you have to pay another $40 a month for live streaming. And with BlueJeans, it was included. So I went that direction. So they have a product called On Social, and I don't know. I mean, I don't know how you find it. You'd have to probably reach out to them, go to their website and see if it still sits there. But anyway, so that's what I've been using. And oh, you can record too on that, and also with StreamYard. So I mean, StreamYard's pretty good, guys. If you don't need the call-in number, which I kind of needed for corporate training, I just needed it. StreamYard could actually be pretty good for you if you don't go over 6 people. It could be a really good kind of a solution for you. So again, you're going to want to have this video camera, your audio, and then your light. I showed you my lights. You don't have to buy a light though. I know a lot of people get a ring light, and all of these things are awesome, but I'm going to tell you, I only have 2 lights. So sometimes I feel like I need a third light to kind of light this side of my face. And I was going to show you this, because that's another reason I set this up. Let me show you my window. So without getting you dizzy again, hopefully, you're going to see that I have like a window over here. I open those blinds at various levels, and sometimes it'll give me a good wash on my face from the side. So right now everything's pretty even looking in the morning, but like in the afternoon, it can get kind of a little bit darker on the room side than it is on the other side. So I'll just like work with that louver to get it exactly right. Now, if I did not have a lighting kit, I would then probably move my desk around and set myself up so that I could open that window and sit in front of it. Now, not with the window behind me, okay? Because if you have the window behind you, let me kind of show you what happens. You see how it kind of blows out a little bit? Right now it's not so bright outside, but if it was any brighter, you would barely be able to see me in this case. So you want to sit in front of the window and open the blinds so that the light falls in your face, and then set up your camera. And I've got this nice little I've got this nice little rig here for my camera. And again, there I am. Hey. So in this little rig, you can have it set up just beside you like that and put it in front of you so you don't have, you can be hands-free and like start your live stream and just start talking. Mine still has a phone jack in it, so I can plug this in. But I think there's a dongle for iPhones that you can still plug in. So that's worth getting if you have an iPhone, that dongle with the plug jack, so that you can use something like the lavalier mic that I have here. So that being said, you need that. And I think that those things, if you like lighting, audio, a decent camera, and then guess what? Something to say. I think that's the most important part, is having a plan of what you're going to say and what you're going to do. So one of the things that we did is Madeline and I put something together called the perfect script for your live stream videos. You don't have to follow a script all the time, but I know sometimes if you haven't been in front of camera, it can be kind of intimidating. I have to be honest. It was for me too when I first started. I'm actually looking here. I'm going to go see if I can find your guys' LinkedIn comments. I'm not even sure how to find a running LinkedIn live stream. They need to, I know it's kind of new. So yeah, here we go. I'm going to see what you guys are saying over at LinkedIn. Anyway, so if you're at LinkedIn, say something there so I can see you. Yes, Brian. Hey, Brian. How are you doing? You're using Switcher Studio. Awesome. And he's got to run. So one of my people from LinkedIn that comes in every morning, he says he uses Switcher Studio. So you can check that out too. So anyway, my point is there's a lot of ways to do it, but the easiest way is to find a tool that's all in one, get on, get going. Also, honestly, if you're going to do it on Facebook, it's just a push of a button. You say go live from your page. So, I mean, you can go as simple or as complicated as you want, but having something to say is so important. Hi, Jessica. Thanks for coming in. So here is the perfect script link. I'm going to put it in the comments here so you guys can look at that. And by the way, on LinkedIn, I will come and put those over there too as soon as I'm done. Don't worry, it'll be there. So I want you to just check that out, because if you're having trouble with what to say, this is a good way to plan it out. We've put together a nice script for you to plan it out, and we've run through it and given you like point by point by point what to do. So if you're like one of those people, like, just tell me what to do point by point by point, that's great. So I really would love to hear any questions you might have about live streaming or anything that you're thinking, but put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. If you're not here, if you're watching this in replay, it's fine. I'll come back and check them like a couple times, like once a day or something. But I do have a ton of stuff about this. So I'm going to give you one more link that you can go to. This is basically, I went ahead and did a search for you. I searched out all of the live streaming episodes that Madeline and I have done together, and here's the link for that. So you can just click on that and browse down and see exactly what you need. We go through one that has all the tools, explains what they are, why you need them, just what I was talking about, what kind of lighting, what kind of microphone, what kind of what kind of audio that you need to think about having. And then for live events versus at home. So another thing that I think is important, both at live events and home, which I haven't talked about yet, is your connection. So having a decent Wi-Fi is really important. And most all streaming services say use a direct connection, but I don't know how many of us even have a direct or even are capable of putting together a direct connection anymore. My computer doesn't have the little thing that you would have to click it into to get a direct connection to my wall. So I use Wi-Fi, and sometimes it's great and sometimes it glitches. So having that there, so having good, if you have a PC, have a good amount of memory on your PC. I think, I've got 6 gigabytes on on one computer, and then on this computer might have 8. I think it does actually. And then your phone, if you have a more up-to-date phone, it's pretty good at dealing with video packaging. So meaning it can take things and buffer and stream. So I would say that, I had a Galaxy 8 before this and it worked fine. We actually have done live streaming to Periscope for years with my phone from Social Media Breakfast. And now I've got an S10 Plus. I'm probably going to go to the 20 here soon because that's just what I do. So, you know, I try to keep up with my phones because I do a lot of work on them around social media. And so I want them to be like robust. But if you just have like, you know, a phone that's, you know, a little bit less than that, just make sure you have good lighting, especially because some of them don't handle the camera really well, and then the good audio. And that's really, you have to plug in, guys. You have to plug in and make sure the light source isn't behind you. So that's a big part of this. I have this cute little yellow light here behind me. But that's very, very warm compared to this light. So it's not overpowering the lights in front of me. So you have to understand a little bit about lighting to do this kind of thing. It gives more depth to it. But if you just sit in front of a window, guys, and like kind of adjust the blind, don't shine it directly in your face, but, you know, adjust the blind a little bit, or just even an open window at the right time of day. So like I said, is there a way to stream the live to IG, Facebook, and LinkedIn? Okay, Jessica. Hey, so yes, not at once. So what I've been doing lately, I haven't been streaming to IG lately because I found that not a lot of people are watching my IG streams, but I would stream from my phone and then set up StreamYard to do all the rest. So it does Facebook, it does LinkedIn. And the reason why it doesn't do IG is because there's a format that I'm going to get really geeky here, but there's a format called SMTP, and LinkedIn doesn't take that. I mean, not LinkedIn, IG doesn't take that. And they don't also let you really, they don't let third-party tools really stream to them. So there's one third-party tool I found that streams to them. And right now the name is escaping me, but I have it in the tools article that I made. Hold on, so I'm going to grab that for you. Apps for all of these things. And here it is. So you can knock yourself out on this one, Jessica, because this particular thing will let you stream from your computer screen to IG, which is kind of cool. So that might be something you might want to look at. IG is one of those weird things. They just aren't allowing it. So that's part of the deal. So I don't know exactly how these guys are doing it exactly, but this is, yeah. So this particular tool, StreamYard, will stream anywhere that accepts SMTP. So that's really cool. Now, also, if you're afraid of being on camera, I think that's another part of this, right? The fear of live streaming. I mean, I know that a lot of you might be like, I don't like it. I mean, we have a lot of people that come into conference calls even during this time, and they just make sure their video is off. I would say that, you know, the biggest part of that is practice and getting on there. And during this time, oh, hey, you're going to see what happens when the sun starts blowing out. So you see how the sun just came in? It was very cloudy today, so I didn't, and then the sun went behind the clouds. So if I had just adjusted that a little bit more to keep that light off your face. So there you go. So yeah, I'm just going to say that, yeah, IG is one of those platforms that I'm not sure about live streaming there. I know some people are building huge audiences live streaming there. I would almost use IGTV, like in pre-record and then upload it to IG. But yeah, I did try to do social media breakfast there a couple of times, and I'm not sure how many people actually watched it. So anyway, again, if you start going on there every day and doing live streaming, people will watch. So, you know, you're going to build an audience in any platform. So if that's your jam, then I would use, I mean, honestly, I just probably set up your phone and do that. And if you want to do both, set up your phone here, like I do it so that they're kind of at the same level, so you're looking the same way. And then here, I'll show you how I'll do it. I'll do it for you here in a second. I need to make this a little higher to do it. But if you set your camera up behind your other computer, I don't even know how that's going to look. Let's see. Oh, see, it's pretty good actually, although I'm kind of far away. So yeah, hi. So see, so you can set it up and then you can do your live streaming like that. So that's another way to go, right? So you can put it in there and then stream from the back one to a different platform. And by the way, that's another way to multi-stream in general without any tool. You know, go live on Facebook and go live on another platform on your phone and multi-stream. So that could work too. So anyway, that's kind of where it's at. I am going to actually jump off because it's now been 30 minutes. Oh my gosh, that went by really fast. Yep. And oh, hey, Lauren. Hey, hi. So Lauren is in Italy. Is it okay? Or actually, you're in UK, right? I'm sorry, you're in UK. Hopefully, you guys are doing okay over there. We're starting to have the same problems over here. It's heating up quickly in Houston. So anyway, I look forward to talking to you guys tomorrow morning. I am not sure what I'm going to talk about yet tomorrow, but I promise you it's going to be awesome. I've actually been getting ideas from your questions and thoughts. So if there's anything that you would like me to cover about how to work from the home office, again, oh, and by the way, I didn't say one thing. Have a space to do it. You know, set something up for yourself that's like your little place to live stream. This is my little place to live stream. And you can have that too. So it just takes a little thinking, and you can roll it up and get done. So I actually have the chair here. I usually have it against that wall. I move it back and forth every day. So, you know, have a little space for yourself to live stream so that you can just pop in and do these kinds of things. Because right now, guys, showing up is so important. Showing up is so important. So I hope you guys, I love me and like in Dual. Showing up is so important. So you have something special to give, and I hope that you will take this time when we are in a different sort of season, when people are going to be looking at your content, and create something that's meaningful that will help other people. I know that you have that in you, so I look forward to seeing what it is. So let me know. Bye.